Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully complete our API consuming, right? So here we successfully get this API data and insert this data in our this database table as a visitor. So now in this video before I get this data, so now I want to insert this data. That means I want to post this data. So that is they have one of the contact form. Now I want to make it as a dynamic. So from to the contact form, there is a contact mobile address, the enter name, then enter your message, right? So that is all that our field, and there is a send button. So when you send it, then this data will be saved in our one of the database table. So first of all, we have to create another table for this, and also we need one of the model. I want to create another controller. So step by step we'll do that work. For doing this, now I want to do have so many terminal. So right now here, that is our admin panel, right? So we'll do that work in our admin. That means our this Laravel project. So into the Laravel project, let's do that work. For doing this, first of all, I want to do right now here. Actually, we don't need this. I want to do. Yeah, I have already installed that Axios. So right now we don't need this. Okay. So first of all, I want to create one of the model. So if you create this, that is a PHP artisan make and then model. Right, model, and I name this model one of the model name as a contact. Okay, contact model. So there is a contact model, and also I want to create one of the migrations table. There is a contact. So perfect. Now click as a enter. It should be now created two of this file. One will be as a model, another will be as a migrations table. For the first of all, I want to work in our migrations table. If you go to the database and there is a migrations, and then you can see there is our migration new table as a contact. Okay. So for the contact, I want to take some of the field. I copy it here, I paste it. As I told you, it will be needed. Our field name, one of the mobile number, the email address, and then the message. But I want to make it as a not that mobile number. I want to insert as a name, right? Name, email, and the message. Then that will be better. I want to name it as a name. Okay, name it as a name, and then that will be as an email. So that will be another one as email, and then I want to take another one as a message. MESS as e-message. Perfect. And also I want to take another as a contact date. But that means when this user actually send this message. If you want to get this contact date, you can take it. I make it as a contact underscore date, and then contact time. Okay, contact underscore time. Perfect. So now I want to do the name will be as a string type. I make it as a string type, and then email will be as a string type, and then contact date is string, contact time is string, and message will be actually bulk amount. Here I better want to make it as a text. Okay, so that will be as a text. Perfect. So now I want to update our model. If you go to that our model, and there is I have created as a contact model. So as I told you friend, you can actually do that work two different way. Before I make it as a protected fieldable for our every field. So if you want to use it, you have to add all that our field, right? So now they have the another portion. I want to use it. If you go to that contact, I want to make it as a protected guarded. So if you use that protected guarded, then automatically all the field will be as a fieldable. Okay, so they're the same things. But I want to use it as a protected. Okay, protected and protected. I want to use it as a protected guarded, and then I pass that all that our array with this. I want to pass it. Okay, so with this, that means that is actually the same things. Okay, so here you can actually you have to add this all that field one by one, rather than if you want to use it as a protected guarded. That means all that field will be as a fieldable. Okay, so now I want to use it for this contact, which is totally fine. And click as a save all, and then I want to migrate. After that, that will be as a PHP artisan and migrate. So that will be PHP artisan migrate. Click as a enter. Our migration is now successfully done. If you go to our database, now that should be another one. You can see there is another one as a contacts, and then there is our name, email, message, contact date, contact time. Great. Now I want to create another controller. If you want to create this controller, that will be as a PHP artisan make controller, and I have already created another folder as a admin. Into this admin area, I want to create another controller name as a contact controller. Okay, contact controller. Now click as a enter. So now you can see our controller created successful. So you now go to our project. So into the project, right now we don't need this. Also there is a model will be needed. There is APIs, and then if you go to the controller admin, and I have created a new controller as a contact controller. Great. So into the contact controller, I want to create another method. Now go to our APIs. Into the APIs, first of all, we have to load our controller, right? Because that is actually the same places in our controller admin, and then I have created our controller name as a contact controller. So that will be as a contact controller. And now I want to create another one after this. After this, I paste it. So that will be, I put on the note as a contact route. Contact page route. Okay, I put on the note for you. That is a contact page route, and that is for the get visitor. Get visitor. Okay, get visitor. Great. So now I want to use our method, that is a controller. Now that should be as a contact controller. So then the contact controller, I want to create another method, and I just name it as a, from here I want to post it, right? So that will be as a post. I name it as a post, and then the contact detail or message, whatever you choose. So better I name it as a contact detail. Okay, else details. Perfect. So now our URL we have to also put, I make it as a post contact. This type of one of the URL I want to create, and also that will be one of the not get method, because from here I want to insert it, right? So that will be one of the post method. So I make it as a post. Great. I hope, friend, every line is very clear. So now in our contact controller, I want to create this method as a post contact details. I copy it. Now we go to our contact controller. Into the contact controller, I name it as a public, and then function, and then our method. Okay, so that will be our and method. And then method. So that is our and method. Great. So that is one of the post method, right? So right now that is our API. So into this API, that is our post method. So when you pass any post method, also we have to pass what? We have to pass that request, right? So that will be the request, and I name it as a $request. So that is a request and the $request, which is totally fine. And after that, I want to take all that our input value data. So I take one of the variable as a name. Okay, name will be with this requested. So that is a request. So with this requested input data I want to take. So that will be the input. Okay, and that will be the input, and then I name it as a name. Okay, I name it as a name, and then also we have to do the same things for our rest of this field. So there is another one, and also there is another one. Okay, but I want to put some of the gap in here. So there is a name field, email field, and then that will be as a message field. So I make it as a name, email, and then that will be as a email. Okay, email, and then I name it as a message. Okay, message, and that will be name also as a message. Perfect. So that will be our input, all the data. And after that, also there have the another two. I take it as a message in the contact date, and then the contact time, right? So now I'm going to take it as a contact date. So for the contact date, I want to take same things that I have already done before in our visitor. You can see the same, but I copy it. Okay, I copy it, and then after that, now after that will be first of all set default time zone. I use that as Asia Dhaka. And our that is I take two of this variable. Okay, I take two of this variable as a visit time. So not that visit time, I make it as a contact. Okay, contact time, and then the contact date. Okay, contact date. So contact time, date format will be same, and then our contact date format will be first of all date, month, and then the year. Great. So now we have to post it, right? That means we have to insert it. So I take one of the variable as a result variable, and with this now we need our model. So if you want to use that model, that will be same, that is the same places. So now I paste it. So I have already created one of the model that is in our app. You can see app and the models folder, and then that is our contact. Now I want to take it. So that will be as a contact. So now with this contact I want to insert, right? Not here. You can see that should be in our this controller, that is our controller name as a contact. Okay, so right now we don't need this. So now that is our contact, and there is a contact, and now with this contact I want to insert this data. With this contact model I want to insert. Okay, I want to insert all that our data. Perfect. So now what exactly you have to do, I hope you already know that part. So our name is our database, all that field name. Here our database name as a name, and this name will be our requested field name. So our requested field name, I take it with this variable, so that will be as a name, right? And also I want to take some of all that field. So that will be all that field as a name, and this part actually our database part, and this here that will be our this requested part. Okay, and the name, email, I load it, that is our email, and then the message, so that will be as a message, and then the contact date, I take it as a contact date, and then that will be as a contact time, right? So now I'm going to use it as a contact time. So simple, that's all. So that's all that our field, and now that is all that our database field, and that is all that our requested field. Requested field I have already take it as a name with this variable as a name, and then the email I take it with this variable as an email, right? So that will be as an email, and then the message input data I take it with the message, and then the contact time. Okay, contact time I name it as a contact time, and that will be as a contact date. Perfect. So I simply loaded all that our data, and after that I have to return it, right? So I simply want to do and return our which one I have to return our this result. So I simply want to pass our this result, return our this result. So when it will be inserted successfully, then automatically with this return it will be give our one of the value as a 1, rather than if there have any issues it will be passed that as a 0. Okay friend, that's all we have to do. Okay, so that's all we have to do. So now I want to actually check it. I want to check this our this URL, everything is working perfectly or not. I want to check it with the Postman. Okay, so with the Postman I want to check it. So let's do that work. Like I copied, I want to take another one, I paste it. So that is our API, and after that our URL name, I name it as a post contact, right? And this post contact, that is will be one of the post method. So I want to do after that I name it as a API, and then the post contact, and that will be on the post method. Okay, not that get method, there is a post method. So when you pass that post method data, then we have to go to that body, into the body, and there is our access form URL encoded. So here I simply select it, and now here we have to add that our all the database field. Okay, so our database field means I have already take it. You can see there's a name. So now I want to pass that as a name. Sorry, here I want to pass that as a name, and then I want to take another one as an email. So that will be as an email, and then another one as a message. Okay, so these two of these data by default automatically it will be take. So now I'm going to take as a message, so that will be as a message. Okay, so that is our 3 field. So this free field data, I pass that value name as a right now as Aryan. Okay, Aryan, and then email address I pass it as a aryan@gmail.com, and pass some of the messages as this is test. Okay, this is test message. So now that is all that our message. Okay friends, so now I want to hit our this app URL. So when it will be heated, then automatically what exactly it will be do. So that is one of the post method. That is our URL in our contact controller. It will be go to our this method. Into this method I have already inserted all that our data. So now it will be I return one of the results. So if everything okay, it will be passed that as a 0. Okay, so now let's check this out. If you go there, make that sure you save it. So I have already saved it all. Okay, so now if you go there, and also if you go to our database right now there is a totally empty. I want to click as a send. Yes, you can see it's perfect. So now this pass one value, and you can see status as a 200. Okay, that means everything is great. It should be inserted this data in our database. Now go there, click as a browse. Perfect. You can see there is a ID one, there is a name, email, and that is our message. The contact data and then contact time is also successfully inserted. So we have created some of the APIs data, and with this APIs we insert this data, we hit these APIs, and we successfully able to insert this data, right? So that means our this API is work perfectly. So now I want to do to consume this API's data in here. Okay, so from here now I want to to insert it. So how can do that work in our next video? I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.